Good, we are on air with Elena Karhun. Very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Hello, Rome.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. So, my name is Helena Karhu, and I'm talking to you from Joensuu, from North Karelia region in the eastern part of Finland. And this is a little university town here where I'm doing my PhD in cultural anthropology about Nordic female shamans. I'm also a shamanic teacher and practitioner, folk healer, mother of 6-year-old twins, based here in Joensuu. So this is who I am. I have a company called House of the Bear, Karhun Talo, which is a center of shamanism and folk healing, where I want to develop, research, and give services in these fields.
Thank you very much. Yes, we are very interested in knowing your view about healing, whatever you feel to share, and including some nice experiences that would be like an example for many people to refer.
Oh, thank you. It's a very vast topic when we are interested on the folk healing or shamanic healing. Like these are the two fields that I have interest. I have also practiced Reiki energy healing, deep relaxation that I often combine with these healings. But the folk healing is usually something that is quite simply done, maybe with hands as an energetic transmission, or we have traditional Finnish healing practices like the traditional blood cupping, where we use the little axes where comes a little holes in the skin, and then there's this suction cups. And this is a traditional healing treatment done in the sauna. But the healing practice that I'm most familiar with and that I teach on my courses is the shamanic healing, and that has, in addition of the physical healing modalities, it has a ceremonial nature. Like the shamanic healing can include a ceremony, community, and it can be very social event as well. So there's like many different approaches to this. And usually in a healing session, let's say that I have an individual person for healing. Usually there's first a dialogue, because what the healer does first is deep listening of the client, listening of the spirits. So as a shamanic healing, we are only kind of a hollow bone for the spirit to go through us. So we are listening, we are asking help from the spiritual realms, and we are listening our ancestors. And all this together, we are starting the healing practice. And then usually after this more of a listening and dialogue part, there is situation where I invite the patient to, for example, lay down for the back on the massage table or on a mattress on the floor. And there I usually use my healing tools and my hands. Often the shamanic healing takes place in the aura of the person. Like we say that many of the diseases are first felt in the aura of the person, and that's where we operate a lot. And I see there are like three things happening simultaneously or one after another. Like the first is kind of energetic purification, cleaning of the energy. Then the second would be the balancing of the energy, and then the third would be empowerment of the person, like putting more power, inviting more life force. And often all these three steps are happening at the same time as well, and or different person needs one of these things more than the other of these models, but something like this. So I mean, it's such a long topic, so this is just a very short crystallization of few of these items.
Yes, it's a long topic because there are a lot of different people, or because it's really a matter with many layers. What do you think? I mean, my view for now, the resumed perspective that I had till today, working with different approaches, is that healing is something very natural, very spontaneous, that happen. This is just my view, that happen when you are in the flow of who you are in that moment, let's say. And as the flow of nature itself is something that is always changing and growing and integrating information. And we humans sometimes are not prepared or not happy of changing, integrating information or seeing new realities. We exclude something that for our higher self or our soul, how you want to call it, it's important. And then my view of shamanism, it's very superficial, but what I understand till today is that the shaman is someone that allows you to get in touch in a beautiful way with a ceremony, or in a wise way with, knowing how to do. So someone that allows you to get in touch with the flow of your own energy in that particular moment, so you can be yourself. What do you think?
That's a beautiful way of saying it. What comes to me is that it's very much of a surrender from both the healer and the healer. Like both need to step into this space of creation, this space of healing with complete surrender, of allowing, trusting of the whatever is in the energy of the moment, to allow itself to flow through. And often I feel that this is very, in a way, quite provocative experience as well, because the spirit, or whatever you call the energy that is there, can kind of invite us to say or use the healing methods in a way that is, because we can't understand it, so it's like it can feel very provocative because you don't understand completely what is happening, and you are very vulnerable in that moment, and this is not something you have learned necessarily, like you it's kind of new what is happening, and you're kind of, that's also the reason why I love it, because it's every time new. Like there's every time I learn something new, and I try things that I have never tried before, so it's always this new creation. So it's fascinating, but sometimes it's also very provoking, because you are totally surrendering. But this is what I see, is really this movement from the ego mind to the self, like really surrendering yourself to the great play of the universe itself in that moment, and to trust that nature that is taking place there. So it's a great honor to work like this, but but and I trust that the people who are ready for this kind of healing will come. Like people who are not ready, they will not come yet. So I can see often that it's already like a people who have already worked with themselves quite a lot, who try this kind of healing. They are ready for it, but it's a interesting process that the people have to come to that place of working with their own consciousness in a deeper way.
Yeah, I see one of my vocation is to make this complex information available for almost everybody, let's say, because I have a vocabulary and a background as a medical doctor, and so it's like simplify and schematize everything that may be not a good thing, but may also be used in a good way. I hope.
That's wonderful. I'm really grateful for you doing this, and it's a very important work. Yeah.
So if you have some experience that you want to share, it would be very nice to share with you.
Let me feel into. Well, one specific group of people that I'm really fond of working with are women who are wanting to become pregnant. Somehow, like I'm really having a lot of these women who are thinking that they are not reproductive, or who have even gone for treatments to get pregnant, and who are really worried if they are able to become pregnant. And these have been for me like some of the most heartfelt and incredible experiences to work with this woman, that to be there for them in their mothering journey, and to eventually even to be there as a ceremonialist in the name giving ceremony for their babies. So this is like I really love this possibility, if I could like be there for the whole family journey, from the very moment of wanting to have children to the name giving ceremonies, and maybe later to the wedding ceremonies. So this is some of the most beautiful fruits of this work that I'm really happy to work with. And it's the same methods that I'm using with any type of healing. So I work with a lot of different kind of methods, but it's always so case specific that it's difficult to get any generalizations other than what I mentioned about the deep listening, discussion, and then some kind of energetic work done for the person. So, and often I give giveaways, like I maybe have some stones or other items that I give for the people, so that they have something to hold on. And often I have given them some practices they need to do home in order to have sustenance and sustainable way of using this technique. So it's not like the shamanic healing is not like you come once and that's a quick fix to everything. It's rather like a lifelong process. and we need to see it that way. And we, in that surrender, we can never expect outcome. Like the outcome is not necessarily what we came for. So saying about wanting to help a woman who would like to get pregnant, I never can be sure if I can help that person, but what I can do is that I can try my best. I can invite and at least be there for that woman, whatever will be the experience itself, whether there is children or not children, but just like being there and learning to my work of being there to accompany the person, whatever is the experience. So so that's something important, I think, to say.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think one of the biggest limit of conventional medicine is this, that the real healing process is when someone is able to stay in touch with everything that's happening and his life, her life. So I had some beautiful experiences with women wanting to get pregnant, and what I noticed is that they are so much stressed and focused on how it must work, because someone told them that it is like this, you do this, and then you have that. But when the scheme doesn't work, they feel bad or guilty or something, and they moved from the original desire of being mom, that is very natural, very spontaneous, and nothing to do with medicine, let's say, or problems or illness. And then I don't know, the experience that I had is that going back to the original wishes is enough for healing, or if they can forget about all the problems and all the outcomes, I don't know, that they want. It's enough to be happy in their life, and sometimes to have children. Is your experience is similar?
Yeah, definitely. It sounds like that. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you. And all the best of luck to your work. And thank you for clarifying these things better.
Not clarifying, it's just one point of view. But I am very, because my colleagues are not interested, are not so often interested in knowing how healing comes from different approaches. And probably I don't know, I see that it's a very big limit.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way of saying it, that we definitely should be very open about seeing the different ways of bringing well-being to the world and really wanting to learn and study together, emerging the different fields. So I would really like to see more cross-scientific projects where, for example, medicine, neurology, psychiatry, and cultural studies, anthropology, we could emerge and study together. My big dream would be to have possibility to teach folk healing and shamanic healing at the medical schools here in Finland. Like, I don't see why it should be problem to have one course about this in the medical school and just to explore these cultural traditions. So
more than interesting and helpful for opening the possibilities and the mind and everything. Yeah.
Yes.
My best wishes for this project.
Thank you.
Okay, I think